I knew Sundial would be a grind, but I didn't expect it to feel so personal. 9.8 miles, 4,000 feet of gain. And I knew this was class 3, but class 3 is just a number until your hands are on the rock.
No, that is some pretty gnarly exposure on that side.
This isn't just a trail. This is a full-on fight up loose rock and snow, using your hands and hoping the foot you commit to doesn't slide.
There's like nowhere to get on.
But if you make it, if you actually pull yourself up that final ridgeline, you understand exactly why people chase mountains. Sundial is reached by following the Lake Blanche trail. Right away, the trail commits to the climb, meandering through aspens and Douglas fir as it works its way up the valley. The approach to Lake Blanche is just over 3 miles with close to 2,500 feet of gain, so this first leg is a steady grind. After plenty of short breaks and waiting on the hiker traffic, we finally got a little bit of a payoff. So we made it to Lake, is it Lake Blanche? Blanche?
Lake Blanche, if you want
to be technical.
So we made it to Lake Blanche, as Chris told, okay,
Lake Blanche.
So we made it to Lake Blanche. We're about 3.5 miles in, 2,800 feet of elevation gain, but we're having some second thoughts about hitting the top of Sundial. Where is it? Over there, because we see the snow and we know that Chris has done this multiple times and he's telling us that Boulder field might be a little iffy. We're gonna try it though, for sure, but we're not sure we'll make it to the top. And on that cheery note, we leave the lake and the trail. It's only bushwhacking and boulder hopping from here on out. This is where the hike really kicks into another gear.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh no, we're good.
At this point in the hike, the seeds of doubt from earlier were starting to sprout.
I'm just worried because like we're already about to lose.
It'll stay light for a while.
Honestly, going down the trail in the dark wouldn't be bad. It's going down this that would suck.
Yeah, this
But
would not be pleasant.
I don't think we would be stuck here in the dark.
I don't think so either. Plus, we do have lights if it did start getting dark. Like,
Oh, you have lights?
oh,
I have a headlamp.
I guess, okay, we do.
And to top it all off,
Honestly, my right thigh is now cramping a bit. I'm like, it probably would be fine on the scramble, but I'm also just sitting here like, I don't want to risk some silliness.
This could be a bad time.
so this was a sad moment of realization. My left thigh is cramping up hard. So I'm tapping out here. Chris is going up there. Simon and the other Chris are already up there. It's like we still have the whole scramble to get up, and it would not be wise, I think, for me to keep trying to get up there because I don't think I'd make it down with my leg the way it is. Dang, I really wanted to scramble, but no need to make any stupid rash decisions and get hurt out here. So, sad. So that last clip I recorded was a lie. I built up the energy and rallied over to the ridgeline with everyone else. And this is what I get to show for it. So Chris, which one is?
So the
Where we're
summit,
going?
it may not even be visible, but basically it's the highest point on the end over there. When it starts dropping off, you don't go down there, but you go off to the right and you just follow that ridge line pretty much the whole way there.
This final third of a mile is Sundial's knife edge. Just 300 feet of gain left, but the ridge narrows to only a few feet wide with 200 plus foot drops off both sides. Every step here needs to be calculated. This is where Sundial goes from a tough hike to a true alpine scramble. So we made it to the actual scramble part of Sundial here. We just kept pushing and telling ourselves, one more thing, one more thing. So now we're here, and the decision comes of what's gonna happen here. I think I'm gonna throw in the towel, but if y'all wanna go ahead, I will drone y'all from here, because I'll be able to see y'all the whole way, so yeah. Now I genuinely intended to watch Simon and Chris summit here, but as I watched them scramble further and further away, I realized I should give them a camera so they could capture what it looked like up top. Simon agreed to wear the camera, I just need to bring it to him. So I scrambled the 200 feet up to him to give it to him, and he said I might as well just keep going since I'm already right here. And I knew I shouldn't have done it, but in the moment I was easily convinced to keep going. And I do not recommend anyone act as recklessly as I did. Know your limits and stick to them when you say you're tapping out. Just 3 months ago, an experienced hiker lost their life on this exact scramble on Sundial.
Well, here I am now.
I could trust this, but like at the same time, like it moves just a little bit.
Noise. Oh yeah, she a wobbler.
It's a wobbler.
I'm just gonna double mantle that one. Cause it's like, this is the shit I want to do from the beginning.
No, this mountain is a monkey.
Jesus, yeah.
So much bullshit.
Nice. Yep.
One of the reasons I love scrambling so much, and specifically targeted Class 3 terrain when coming to Utah, is because of the route finding aspect. There is no right way. You just find whatever way is easiest to get over the obstacle in front of you. For example, Chris, Simon, and I all took different ways to get up that one rock.
You got it, Chris. Come on, thigh, don't give out on me. So I think just step over, pretty sketchy, but ooh. Yeah, I mean, foot there, mantle. top after a pretty gnarly scramble. We got Lake Blanche down there. Probably 100 point. I'll zoom in down there. That was a slog, but actually really fun. I didn't bring the other camera up with me because honestly I got peer pressured into this. I was just giving the camera to Simon, and then he's like, "You're already here. You might as well go." So honestly, I don't condone the behavior. Know your limits, but it worked out this time.
Woo! The top of Sundial was unreal with the sheer drops on both sides. We all felt relieved that we finally made it to the top. It felt like such a long endeavor to get to that point. We signed our names in the logbook, snagged a peak photo, then started the arduous scramble back.
So now we start the descent down. And honestly, coming down is probably just as hard as going up. On the scramble part at least. Yeah. Okay. Oh, whoa.
It was like 1 inch from disaster.
Lose your focus for half a second.
At this point, we sent Chris ahead to scout out a different route that didn't take us all the way up on the ridgeline. Chris gave the assessment of,
Looks pretty solid.
and that's all I needed to hear before Simon and I followed his path. This detour unintentionally took us on the most exposed scramble move so far. We had to cross over a gnarly section with only a 2-inch ledge to stand on.
Yeah, this is fine.
I was like, this is just legit bouldering at this point.
No, I mean, that's literally the worst part right there. That's the worst.
Yep, there. We're coming across. Yep, that's some exposure. Love that.
After that spicy move, it was pretty easy going the rest of the way.
Oh, we made it.
So here's the sitch. I didn't get much of that downhill part because I'm using 2 poles to help on that boulder field. But basically, we made it down from the boulder field. It was fine. My quads were on fire, but we're down. We're not this big area over here, and it's going good. But the sun set about, I think, 10 minutes ago. So we're hoping it to make it a half a mile down to Lake Blanche before it gets real dark. And then we're gonna, luckily it's windy. Luckily, 3 of us have headlamps, so we'll probably just go the rest of the 3.5 miles down in the dark. Not ideal, suboptimal for sure, but we're gonna make it home. We made it to the top, and we're gonna make it home.
Currently, we are looking for Chris's hiking poles that we left at one of these cairns over here.
You probably leave them right there with this cairn. I come down this rock every single time. So.
We cannot find it. But it's getting dark and I'm getting kind of nervous for how we get back here. The lake's down there though, and luckily the trail on the way down, very easy. This part up here, trailblazing, so I just want to get to the established trails quick. Here we are at Lake Blanche finally. Now we just have 3 miles back to the car in utter darkness.
Oh my God, finally.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out more of my hiking and outdoor adventures right here on the channel. If you want to see my newest content, make sure to hit subscribe so you'll get notified. Thanks for watching.